Hey Internet, it's your old friend Dominic here with the All-American Casino Guide, a channel dedicated to providing you with all the tips, tricks, tutorials, and trivia you need to know about casinos and casino games. Today I'm here with my good friend James, who's going to actually explain an Italian card game, specifically a Sicilian card game, right?
Yes, so yeah, I'm James, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm actually from Italy.
Well, I know that, but they might not know that.
You don't know that. Okay, I'm kind of mixed. Long story, let's not go there. But anyway, yeah, I'm from Italy, and I wanted to, explain this card game because I think it's very interesting, and it's actually a very, very traditional Italian card game.
And I mean, I lived in Sicily for a couple years, and I had never even heard of this game, so it's going to be interesting to see.
I would say it's more popular with older generations now. I haven't really met many young people that play it regularly, but most people know about it and occasionally play it. So I would say, yeah, more like older generations would play this game.
What's the name of the game?
The name is, it's funny because in English it's Trump.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain why.
All right.
The Italian word for it is Briscola.
Okay.
Which can mean either
Briscola.
it means either a hit, a thump, a thud, a punch, or trump. And trump in the meaning, taking over something, trumping something.
Yeah.
Like the literal definition of trump.
The trump card.
It's not taken from
no,
Trump.
Donald Trump. No.
Donald Trump.
Briscola. Tell me the ins and outs of this game.
Okay, so first of all, I want to show you the cards.
Okay.
So you can play multiple games with this deck, but this is I would say, it's in the top 3 most traditional Italian card games to play with the Italian cards.
Okay.
So as you can see, these are they have kind of pictures on them.
Okay. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a tarot deck.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They're more like illustrations.
Yeah.
But if you look closely, they're similar to regular cards where there's a seed. You see, this is a clubs, this is a swords.
Yeah.
They're literally clubs.
Yeah.
And
bludgeons, coins instead of diamonds.
Coins. And so the reason why there's 40 instead of 52 is because there's no 8, 9, and 10. And no jokers.
Why are there no 8s, 9s, or 10s?
Well, because I'll explain the hierarchy of cards. So basically you have... so there is ace, there is 2, there is 3, and until 7. And then there is what's it called? The jack.
You mean
the jack, which is like a soldier, basically. Yeah. That's what it means. And then you have the
queens
I think
kings?
It's the knight. Wait, it depends on the deck. Let's see which one this one has.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yes, you have the knight, which is called also horse.
Okay.
Okay, horse or knight, and then
Cavallero.
you have cavaliere, or you say cavallo.
Okay.
Horse, and then king. Okay, these are different C's, but you get the point. So there's no queen. Some decks have a queen instead of a horse. So there's small variations. This is the Sicilian. And for example, if you look at the Tuscan variation or the Milanese, Milananian, Milanese, the Milan version, they have the normal seeds, like you would have diamonds, hearts.
Sure you're Italian?
I haven't been there in a while, okay? Okay, so so basically in the Milanese and Tuscan version, you have normal seeds like hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds.
Okay.
But as you notice, there's no number on these. It
doesn't
show you the number in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I've seen decks of cards like that before that don't necessarily. I mean, standard 52 card decks that don't necessarily have the numbers in the corners or anything. But
so the seeds are coins, swords, clubs, and cups.
Cups.
Okay. So the hierarchy is kind of a bit weird, but just stick with me, okay?
You said, there's no 8, 9, or 10.
There's no 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
And the thing is, if you want to play this game with a regular deck, you can. You just need to take out the 8, 9, 10, and jacks.
Okay.
And you can play this game. Because essentially the cards that remain will correspond to these.
Wait, 8, 9, 10, and jacks? You mean just 8, 9, and 10?
Sorry, I mean Joker. Joker.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't play jokers
So
anymore.
no 8, 9, 10s, and jokers. So
Okay.
you take those out of a regular deck to play this. So I'm going to put them in order of card value. Okay, this game is based on value of cards. Each card has points to it.
All right.
And I'll explain later how to get points, how many points you need, and whatever this point business is about. But to begin with, I'm going to show you which cards from least to most valuable. So we start with the 2,
Okay.
and then we go to the 4, And then, you know, you have the 5 and so on, 6. Where's the 7? 7. No 8, right? So Jack comes after. And Jack is a 2. The value of the Jack is 2 points. And the value of the horse is 3 points. The value of the king is 4 points. Value of the 3 is 10 points. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bear with me. And the value of the ace is 11 points.
Okay, so wait. Are these worth face value?
Everything else is 0.
Okay.
Picture cards 3 and ace have points.
So these are worth nothing.
These are worth nothing.
1
Yeah.
for the
No,
the
2,
soul.
2,
2,
3,
3 and 4.
4,
10,
10,
and 11.
11. Exactly.
Okay.
So this makes sense when you actually play the game.
0,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 10, and 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't really need to memorize these. You can just like note down how many points they're valued. The only thing you
I
need
write
to...
nothing down.
Okay, even easier. So, well, I mean, let's see. Let's see how it goes, because we're gonna actually try to play the game.
Okay.
So let's see how much you can remember.
Okay.
So the rule of thumb to just remember like the hierarchy is just think 2 and above. It's like a regular game, you know, like the hierarchy of cards, and then just remember that the 3 and the ace are kind of special.
Do you know what the rule of thumb was?
No, I don't.
It was a law that you could legally beat your wife with a stick as long as it wasn't
Yeah.
thicker than your thumb.
Okay, that doesn't apply to this card game.
Well, okay, I don't know. I thought maybe it was. You said the rule of thumb. I thought like it was the stick I could beat you with.
Okay, well, in modern terms of rule of thumb,
Okay,
as we know
Yeah.
it, you know, like street level, I don't know, or whatever.
How are things on the streets here?
Well, it's tough, man. You know,
Tough.
street life.
Street life. Okay.
Okay,
So
so
0, 2, 3, 4, 10, and 11. Okay. Tell me now how we play.
let's start with the actual game.
Okay.
Finally.
Yes.
So the game is it's not a gambling game. Okay, this is important because I know this channel is all about casinos and casino games, but
There's no gambling.
there is no gambling technically. Okay,
There's-
that's the key word. And that's because if you go to Sicily and you go to the back of a bar that smells of beer and cigarettes, I'm sure you can find something. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm saying, like, just...
I've been to Sicily a lot, and there are a lot of bars that smell like beer and cigarettes.
Yeah, maybe if you go to the back, you might be able to
Find somebody playing
do
this for
something.
money. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that because it's not legal everywhere. Even in Italy, like most bars, you can't really like do your own gambling in them and stuff. But anyway, yeah, consult your lawyer before doing that. Basically, the goal of the game is to get as many cards with get as many points as possible.
Yeah.
By getting as many cards with the higher points,
Yes.
the higher point value as possible by the
Yes.
end of the game.
So,
Okay?
so in a perfect world, I'd have all the.
You have as many aces, 3s, and picture cards as possible.
Okay.
Aces and 3s, of course, are the best because they're like the king is 4, so the picture cards at most would be a 4, but the ace is an 11, which is
Yeah.
like more than
Yeah.
twice as much.
Yeah.
So you know,
So, I
it's
mean-
way more valuable.
way more valuable.
So yeah, 3 and ace is what you need, and this game can be played from 2 to 6 players. I would say the perfect number is either 3 or 4.
Okay.
Okay, and the interesting
Can you
thing.
still play it with 2 players?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can play with 2 players. I would say in 2 players, it's not that great. It's kind of like a lot of it is up to chance. There's less strategy, in my opinion. I would say the perfect number, as I said, was 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3, and the interesting thing about this game is that you can have teams. So
Okay.
if you're playing in 4 players, it's usually 2 versus 2.
Okay, kind of like hearts then.
Yeah, and 6 would be 3 versus 3. 3 players
Alright.
is a free for all. It's everyone's against each other.
Okay.
So each player gets 3 cards.
3 cards.
And you don't give them out like 1, 2, 1. You just give them out all together. Traditionally, this is what you do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And now after you give 3 cards to each player, you put 1 like this. 1 up. Just a random, like the next card you just put
So
there.
this is 7
and
clubs.
this stays face up for the entire match.
All right.
And you put the rest of the deck over it like this.
All right.
So you can always see this card.
All right.
And this is called the trump card of this match. That means that seed is the strongest seed for the entire duration of the match. Okay?
What do you mean by seed?
Okay, the clubs. You know,
Oh, okay.
clubs. So any club card that's used is going to be stronger than any other card
So it okay.
unless it's a higher value club card.
Okay.
Understand? So if I put
So clubs right now is so if I had 5 of cups and 5 of clubs, the 5 of clubs is
yes,
better. Okay.
if you have like let's say a queen, like a knight of clubs. No, sorry, like a knight of cups, and I have like a 2 of clubs. My 2 of clubs is gonna win because even it's a 2, it's a clubs.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why it's called the Briscola, the trump card, because it trumps all the other seeds. Get it? So that's kind of.
I understand.
At least by logic, I think that's what the word means. You know?
Okay.
So yeah, it's the Briscola.
The Briscola, the
Yes.
thump.
And this is how the tricks play. So in each trick, everyone has to put down 1 card. So we're just 2. So every trick is just going to be me and you putting a card. So let's say, so after putting down our cards, the winner is going to be the one that has the most valuable card that's there in this given match.
But you can always just play a trump card to just thump me.
Yes, but you might have a better trump card than me.
Okay, how do we play these?
Okay.
Face down, face
so
up?
let's say that I start. Okay. Yeah, face up. So let's say, for example, let's just look at each other's cards just for the sake of just demonstration. So like let's say you put down this. So if you put down a 5 of coin, that has like no value, right?
0
Remember?
value card.
But the first card that's put during each trick is actually the trump card of that trick. Okay. Now it's a bit complicated. It's kind of like a trump inside the trump. A Briscola and a Briscola. So look, if you put down coin, let's imagine we're 4 players, okay? So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to put another 3 cards. This is another player here, another player here, okay?
All right.
So if you put down this seed is going to be the trump card for this round, for this trick only. But the club is still going to beat this one. So I'm going to look at my cards and say, okay, do I want that card? Not really. I don't care because it's valued nothing. But maybe I can put down something that I can take. So for example, since it's clubs, I'm going to put down the woman of clubs. Or this is actually the jack. In this case, it looks like a woman, kind of long hair. Okay.
I think she has breasts.
This person here would be like, well, I can't take anything because I have 2 cards which are cups, which don't matter in this game because this one trumps any other suit that's not a club or a coin. Mm-hmm. And the club will trump anything else.
Because it's the game. It's the game trump.
It's the game trump, except a higher trump. He doesn't have a higher trump. He has the 5 clubs.
I see that.
So it's not enough. So what's he going to say? He's going to say, I'm just going to throw a card that's without a value. Mm-hmm. You know?
Which would be like that.
For example,
like
this cups. This is a trump, so it's better to keep that for later.
Yeah.
It can't beat that one, so it's no point to put that. So he's going to throw a cup, okay? And this guy is going to be like, okay, do I want this stuff? So I have a 2. It's a coin, but it's less because this is a 5, that's a 2, so it can't trump that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's not gonna care. He has a 6 of clubs, it's not higher than that. Mm-hmm. And he has a 3, which is valuable, and he doesn't want to waste that because that can't trump any of these because it's not neither a club nor a coin. So even here, he's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna let that guy get nothing. He's just gonna get his own card that he threw, which is 2, value 2, so it's not much. So you're gonna say, okay, well, screw you. I'm gonna throw that. Now at the end of the trick, whoever has the trump card of this trick gets all these cards for himself.
All those cards.
Yeah. So this guy would get all these cards.
Mm-hmm. But we've already established that most of these cards are worthless except for this one.
At the end of the match, every person counts their own pile, the points they made with their own pile.
Okay.
You see?
All right.
And now at the end of each round, the winner, starting from the winner, you take another card. These are face up, usually they're face down. Okay? This is just like a test.
All right.
Okay, and we go counterclockwise, so it'd be this way, right?
Counterclockwise.
Yeah, so you would get a card, get a card, you get a card.
All right, so
okay,
whose turn is it to go first again?
Okay, so the winner goes first.
Okay, so and you can only play with these 3 cards.
You can only play with these. This is just for the end.
You only ever have a hand of 3 cards.
Yes.
All right. So quick question. Yeah. So if you're telling me that if you play this king of clubs,
yes,
or bludgeon, cudgels, or whatever the hell this is supposed to be, the only thing that can trump this at that point would be the ace of cudgels.
Or the 3. Because it's king, 3, ace. Remember?
Oh.
Yeah, the hierarchy is a bit, there's that 3 in there, right?
3 is worth...
It's worth 10.
10 points, that's right. Okay.
And the ace is worth 11. So I'm not going to go through the whole match.
Okay.
Okay, we can do one test between each other.
Okay.
Well, anyway, at the end, cards are going to run out. Like, people are going to get some points, you know, whatever, you know. let's say this guy took, like, by the end of the match, he had like a certain amount of points. The guy had another amount of points, and you had another amount of points. And when you end up with just 3 cards, this card, by the way, when the deck is being finished and the cards are getting passed around, it gets given to the person that's next to take a card. So he gets the last card.
Okay.
Okay? And then everyone uses their cards until they're all finished. Okay?
Okay.
And let's say, just for sake of this tutorial, that these are the piles. So everyone's going to count their points.
All right.
You know?
So in this very hypothetical situation.
It's very hypothetical. Everyone counts their points. And, like, for example, let's take this hand.
This is the 1 of coins?
That is the 1 of coins. So nothing. This is a knight. So this is a 3.
Why is this all wet?
Yeah, no. I have another pair.
Did you play at the bar or something?
Yeah, I think a beer spilled on it. So that's worthless. Look, this is worthless.
So the only thing we really should be looking at is 3s.
Yeah, pictures, 3s, and aces.
3s, aces,
you know?
and pictures. Okay.
Yeah. Like, this guy's not too bad, I would say.
Oh, wait. 3s, you said. 3s are good.
Yeah. So this guy has 4, 8, 11, 21, 32. Yeah, this one has 32. And, of course, like, who has the most points wins. Okay?
I have 45 in this.
45, so that's pretty good. I'm not going to count them all. But anyway, who has the most points wins.
Uh-huh.
And in a 40-card deck of cards, the most points you can have is 120.
You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I have played this game before.
Right? Have you in Sicily?
I played it in Sicily, and we did play for money.
Oh, you see?
But it was like really low stakes because I think it was like
like just for fun.
No, and it was like for cent. You paid the cents difference to your opponent. So like if I got 45 points and you got 30 points or whatever, then you have to give me 15 cents.
15 cents?
It was really low stakes.
We didn't have to take out a mortgage.
We played like all night, and I think at the end of it, I think I had enough to buy a beer.
Okay.
I did play this game actually once before, and it was confusing as hell then. But thank you for playing that out again.
So yeah, before there's some more things to it. So first of all, the points. If since it's 120, if you're a team of 2 or you're 1 versus 1, the first team or player to get over 60, has won, of course, because 120 half is 60. So there's no point in both of you counting the cards. So one of you can count them.
Okay.
And so you'll know from the difference how many points the other person has.
Okay.
And if both people have 60, which is possible, it's possible to be tied. You either do a rematch. Usually you do a rematch. Okay, that's like the general rule. Some people do, some people don't. But honestly, most people prefer a rematch because it's about winning. It's not about tying. It's not satisfying for anyone.
Ties are not satisfying. That's one of the reasons I keep saying European football is inferior to American football. I mean, ties. Who wants ties are like kissing your sister. I mean, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So a couple of things to mention. There are some rules which this game. There are so many small variations in different parts of Italy that it's pointless to go over all of them. But in
regional rules.
Yeah. In general, for example, they sound a bit weird, but they're the rules, I guess. You can't speak to each other during the first and last round.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah?
Okay, yes. And
it's so tense,
which is
you can't say anything.
Which was very tough. I remember that. Yeah.
Because you're trying to communicate with your team member.
And I was trying to explain to them I've never played this game before.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me I can't talk? And they were trying to explain it to me.
But the thing is, you can't talk, but you can use gestures. So and people have their own code. People have their own code. For example, the ace and the 3, they're usually called charges, kariki, because they have a lot of points. So you would wink if you mean throw a charge. Because if you have a good trump, card, you're gonna want your teammate to throw a charge, something with a lot of points, because you can take it. So you wink to them saying, throw a good card, so I'm gonna take it, so we have points, things like that.
Give me the points.
Yeah, so shall we play one against each other?
Yes, let's play. Okay, let's just play you and I.
This is a test round, so if you have any questions, go ahead. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Great.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put the trump card. There
Which
it
is
is. So
the cups.
Cups are now trump cards.
And who goes first?
So I think you go first, because I was the dealer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this 4 of cudgels.
So you're throwing the 4 of cudgels. That's basically useless, but now you determine the seed. So clubs, okay? So the seed is clubs. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna throw this cup. So I know it sounds a bit pointless, but I'm gonna get some points.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I didn't have anything worse than that to give you. So
there you go.
I'm taking that.
Sure.
I'm gonna put the cards here.
And then you draw a card because you won.
Yes, I draw a card, and now you draw a card.
All right.
And now it's my turn. I'm gonna put down the Jack of Swords.
The Jack of Swords.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
then
can kind of see your card.
Oh,
I tried not to look.
Okay. And then I'm gonna play the King of Coins, which means I win. Correct?
No, you know why? Because
Oh.
right, because sword, the first card that's put determines the best seed of this trick. Okay, it's not just the trump card.
Oh.
There's like 2 levels of seed strength.
I thought the value was still important.
It is if it's of the same seed. So yeah,
Okay,
I don't
okay,
think I
okay.
explained this. But
Okay,
let
so
me just go over it one more time.
Sure.
There's let's say 3 levels of seed strength. So trump cards is first.
Mm-hmm.
It's the strongest seed, no
Yeah.
matter what picture.
Yeah.
The second is the seed of the first card that's put down. Right?
Yeah.
So sword. So once I put this, the strongest suit of this match, apart from the trump, is sword.
You mind if I play a different card then?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so you're putting the 2 of sword, which is still worse.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
But,
you're kind of throwing it away because
Because
it
it's a
doesn't
zero,
matter.
it's a zero.
Yeah, it's a 0 value.
I don't have anything that can beat that.
That
so.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Like
Yeah.
you're not obliged to throw a winning card.
Yeah. I don't want to give you 4 points
Yeah,
if I don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
why there's a lot of cards with no value. It's because they're a lot of like throwaway cards.
So you get those 2.
So I get these 2. Okay. So I get
and
more.
then you draw a card.
And I draw another card.
And then I go.
And then you go.
And then since
I won, I'm gonna throw something down.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw down something. So let me throw this.
Now, but cups will always beat everything.
It's always the trump. Yes, it will always be.
Okay, then I'm gonna throw the 5 of cups.
Okay, so you won actually.
Yeah, damn right I did.
So, and another thing, you're not allowed to count your points during the match. Only at the end. No, I wasn't telling you off.
Sure.
I was just like as.
But
the,
I mean,
just to explain the rules.
You're not allowed to like look them over and count. But like you really could still keep a track in your head.
Yes.
I mean,
no, that's the thing. You're
card
supposed
counting
to.
does exist in this game easily because
Yeah.
I know like for example like we've only played 2 hands, but I know that you have 2 points.
Yes. Did you keep count? I actually have more than 2 points.
Okay. Well, I know you have
But
2.
I'm not allowed to do this. So
Okay.
You're making me break the rules, man.
Okay. So I won the last hand.
Yes. So now you draw. You drew
I
already?
did already,
Yeah,
yeah.
you did. Okay, so my turn.
So
Your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this 6 of coins.
Okay, 6 of coin. I'm gonna throw this. So it's the same seed.
But it's a higher value.
It's a higher value, so I win.
Yep.
And I take this valued card here.
Yep, which is worth
Okay.
2 points. 3
3.
points. 3 points. Yep.
So yeah, Jack 2, horse 3.
Yep.
And
Yep.
king
Yep.
4.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the card. I'm gonna play that.
Okay, which is a 7 of coins. I'll go ahead and play the king of coin and win.
Okay, yeah, you get it.
Okay.
Cards.
And I go first.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and play 3 of coin.
3 of coin. That's a valuable card.
Oh,
But no, it's okay. I mean,
so but you can trump it with just
if I had any trump, I can get it.
yeah.
Or if I have ace of coin,
Yeah.
which is the only card that's higher than that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do not have a trump.
Okay.
Or maybe I do and I'm just fooling you. So I'll just throw that.
All
But
right.
you get to get the 3 at least.
Yeah.
Which is 10 points. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
See, you should go for like the aces and 3s.
Yeah, I
Those are
forgot the
best.
3s were good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the 7 of swords.
7 of swords. And I'm going to throw the ace of swords.
Okay.
And grab an ace.
There you go.
It's 11 points for me.
No counting.
Okay, so...
Oh, you're screwed now. My hand is dominant.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Dominant.
Well, we'll see about that.
Oh, you fool.
Oh.
You know, because what I'm going to do, 4 of cups, bam.
I fell for the classic blunder. Okay.
Never go against a Sicilian when death's on the line. All right. Okay, I go next here?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go 2 of coins.
2 of coin. You know what? I'm gonna put a trump card and grab that.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Guarantee you just drew that. You play your card now.
Yeah, I need to play my card, so that. So a lot of coins coming up.
5 coin.
5 a coin, damn. Well, that's still 0.
Yeah.
But they're both valueless, so I guess it's fine.
Okay. Oh, you're so dead. I've won this game already. Go ahead. I'll play your. I won the last one, so.
Yeah, you go.
Oh, that sucks. I have to play this. Okay. 6 of cups.
6 of cups. There.
Yep. There you go.
You get nothing.
Nothing.
You get nothing.
Nothing. I'm just gonna play the
3 of clubs.
3 of clubs. 6
of clubs. Oh, sorry, that's like 3.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
3 and 3.
I'm gonna throw this. And
Ooh.
grab it.
There you go. Go ahead and draw a
Yeah,
card.
I draw.
Okay. Now play something.
Look, this is a hard decision.
Oh, you definitely made a bad decision.
I did, I guess. Okay.
Oh, you're so dead.
Yeah, your turn.
7 of clubs.
Aha!
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm stacking up those charge cards.
Yeah. Okay. Me first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the Queen of Cudgels.
Clubs?
Clubs.
Oh,
It's a cudgel.
Club. There you go.
Give me those worthless
Take it.
cards.
Take it.
Okay.
I know you got the Ace of Cups, by the way. Pretty sure you have it. You know, the Ace of the Trump is the most, like, the strongest and most valuable card.
Sure. It's a difficult decision here. I'm gonna play the 6 of Cups.
6 of Cups. Boom. 3 of Cups. Oh, and you have the Ace, don't you? Oh, we used the Ace already, I think, then. I didn't keep track. Anyway,
Ace.
yeah, so
the Cups beat.
yeah, you beat that. So let's count our points.
All right.
So just aces, 3s, and pictures. Put them down. So valueless, picture. Picture. Sometimes I get confused with these pictures because I'm not too used to these cards, honestly. 3. Okay. So
Threes are
threes
worth,
are 10.
are 10. Okay, so this is, and these are 11. So 22, 32, 42. And these are worth 2 points? No, 1 point. 2 points. Okay, and then okay. I got 59 points.
53. Well, I think I have 61 then. So that's 53. 50. Yeah, 61.
So there's a specific number of points that's possible with the stack?
Yeah, 120 is maximum.
Okay.
And if you go over 60, you won.
Yes, because you have the majority of the points.
So what do you think about this game?
I think it's like a weird version of War.
Yeah.
I mean, because like it's a more complex version of War. Do you ever play that game, War? You know, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb. No. So it's like a simple game where like 10 beats 9.
Okay.
You know, 2, and then if you get double 2s, you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we both reveal. And I have an ace, so that beats a queen. So I get all these cards.
Yeah.
And so the point is to eliminate your opponent's stack of soldiers.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's something that kids play like in grade school, with each other. But no, I thank you very much for introducing me or reintroducing that game to me because I completely blacked it out.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We hope to have you come back and teach us some more Italian games in the future.
I will, and I'll recommend everyone out there, since it's just 2 of us. Obviously, we can't play in 4 players, and this room is a bit cramped for that.
If somebody watching this right now would like to get one of these Italian decks, can we just go on like eBay, Amazon? Like,
I'm sure you can find them. Like,
what would I search for?
I would look for Italian playing cards, or Sicilian playing cards, or even French playing cards.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many variations, but I think Italian or Sicilian playing cards, you can find these.
Okay. But there's probably something that in the United States, it's probably not something that you might find easily at
I'm not sure, honestly.
stores.
I'm not sure. Maybe if you go to some like
Specialty shop or something.
Italian part of town, let's say, with some local gift shop or toy shop or stationery.
That sounds dangerous.
I mean,
go to Little Italy.
go there in broad daylight, in a place full of witnesses. So yeah, I just wanted to say also this is mainly a cooperative game. The best time you're gonna have with this game is playing with friends in teams of 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, because essentially the game is the same when you're playing 2 versus 2, just that your points are in common with someone else at the table. Imagine that situation. So you would do things. You would put cards that the other guy, your teammate, will be able to take.
Yeah, that definitely would add a different level of strategy to the game if you had to like think about it on like multiple levels. But this was a very simple, streamlined version of the game. Hey, I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
That's it, really.
Yep. So that concludes our video on Briscola. Hopefully, like I said, James will be coming back to show us some more Italian card games in the future, because I know there's more than just
I
this.
will.
Okay. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more variations on not just Italian games, but maybe even French or
anything,
Dutch,
really.
any
Any
international
weird,
card game, go ahead and click that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and while you're at it, go and ring-a-ding-ding that bell, that notification bell, because it's the only way that you'll be guaranteed to be notified every single time we put a video up on the channel. And if you can, guys, go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and make sweet love to that share button, especially if you have any Italian friends or Italian friends with Italian heritage that you might want to share this game with or might play it with in the future. My name's Dominic. This is James. We are the All-American Casino Guide, reminding you, play responsibly.